everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, you guessed it, we've got another puncture wound.
The funny part about this one is I haven't seen a puncture like this in about a year. And somehow I ended up with 2 puncture wounds in the same day in the cow hoof. I actually recorded this video the same day as the last one, the Jersey cow that had the nail in her foot. This one is a different type of puncture, but it's a very similar situation.
Whenever I'm diagnosing lameness, the first thing I do is watch the cow walk.
In this case, it was pretty obvious right away, since this foot was very tender.
She really wasn't putting much weight on it at all.
The next thing I do, once I get her in the trailer, is start looking for swelling.
Right here between the toes, you can see swelling on that lateral claw.
That claw itself also looks a little bit puffy.
Next, I start checking for areas of the hoof that are usually more vulnerable. At first glance, nothing really stood out in Senyin, except for this crack right in the middle.
Now normally, hoof problems don't happen in spots like this. They almost always happen near the white line or the typical sole ulcer area.
So when you see something like this, it immediately raises a red flag.
Unless it's a puncture time, and in this case, it was obvious right away.
Unlike the last cow with the nail, I could tell whatever caused this was no longer in there.
Based on the depth, it was probably something about an inch long, maybe a piece of steel.
Right here, I'm using my grinder to lower that area around the puncture site.
That way I don't have to do as much paring with my knife later on. And yes, when you've got swelling, you've got pressure. You definitely don't want that stuff spraying on your face. You'll smell it all day.
Just like the last video, I'm carefully removing all the loose horn.
There's almost always a cavity underneath a puncture wound like this.
I'm taking my time here to avoid damaging the corium underneath.
Sometimes it happens anyway, but patience makes a big difference. The goal is to get it opened up enough so it can drain and heal properly.
I've had a lot of questions lately about why I don't use iodine anymore. I used iodine for the first 13 or 14 years of my career here. Nothing against it.
But after some research, I found chlorhexidine performed better in trials. It doesn't denature when it contacts blood, pus, or organic material. It also binds to keratin, which gives us a longer lasting barrier. With filthy conditions like these, that extra protection really matters.
Sexologist, seeing 2 punctures in one day tells me there's likely something buried out in the pasture and the farmer's been notified.